So, the other day I mentioned two things, morality and free will, and how they produce a mask, and how the effects of them are bad, but how you can't dispute a thing or refute a thing just because you don't like the effects of it, which is true, or because reality is what it is, whether I like it or not. So, I think I'll go on about morality now. Now, the kind of epitome of morality would be like the 10 Commandments. You've got these stone tablets with 10 laws written on them, and you've got to follow them. But why do you? They don't care if you follow them or not. And say if you want to murder people, if you want to steal, if you want to lie, if you want to covet thy neighbour's ass, and you don't because these stone tablets tell you not to, you're being a fake. And in a sense, that's what the Bible means when it says that the law brings death. You know, the sting of sin is death and the power of sin is the law. My view on religions is that they're like different languages. I'm quite fluent in Christianese, semi-fluent in some Hindu things, but anyway, that's off the topic. Really, I think the true foundation of morality is our personal preference. We say murder is wrong because we don't want to be murdered. We want to carry on living. We say theft is wrong because we want to keep our stuff. Reality doesn't support that in and of itself. It takes human effort. That's why we have a police force to maintain property rights and to stop people killing each other. And it's not very effective because people still kill each other. The belief in morality is it's like a shield people carry, but it only works if other people carry the same shield. If they don't carry that shield, then they're going to murder you. I mean, you go into prison and you ask all those convicts who've done all those heinous things, do you think you're bad boys? Do you think you did the naughty? And a lot of them will say yes. Some of them may be psychopathic and so they may be lying, but the belief in morality doesn't stop immoral actions from happening. The human history there's plenty of evidence of that. And so often it would be better if really what morality functions as is a kind of sheep's clothing for wolves, and it would be much better if wolves were just blatantly wolves, because then you could know they're wolves and you would avoid their company. It's a problem with a lot of the left these days. They're trying to stop people, make it impossible for people to say things they don't like, which doesn't get rid of people they don't like. It just gives people they don't like mass so that they can carry on cavorting around doing what they're doing. And often morality is used as a kind of justification to do some very heinous things. And it changes over time. You go back, say, 400 years, and you ask Joe Bloggs in the street, is it okay for an old man to marry a young girl? You know, like Romeo and Juliet, Paris was 40 odd, Juliet about 13, 14. And that wasn't even an issue in the play. Nowadays it's totally different. So over time it changes. It's a moral construct that changes as the way we socialise change and the way we think changes. It's always really arbitrary. And so really, in a sense, what we're doing with morality, we're trying to cure our own sense of insecurity. We're trying to gain control over the situation, and it evidently doesn't work. I still support punishing criminals because I want to keep my stuff. I don't want to be murdered, and I assume a lot of you that are listening don't want that also. So we form a kind of club, which you call a nation. And we make laws which basically say, look, if you do to us what we don't like, we're more than you, the people that want to murder, and we'll fuck you up. That's it. That's the only ground to it. It's our common preference. But people try and ground it in some metaphysical kind of heavenly order. You know, they try and say that man has natural rights. He doesn't have natural rights. If he did have natural rights, we wouldn't need a police force to maintain them. You know, if morality were real and not a fiction man has made up, then reality would be moral, but it's not. I mean, look at the lion's pride. What typically happens when a young male lion makes a bid for dominance over the pride and wins, he kills his father and his siblings and has sex with his mother. That's morally atrocious, isn't it? Most people you ask, is it okay for you to behave in such a manner to your family? They would be aghast. But it's in reality, and a thing is true independent of my preference. Well, especially on that order of things. Anyway, yeah, second video.